E, 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 oh. Oh, oh, it feels so good to sit down finally. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing wherever you are, and I really appreciate you all for tuning into this video. Today's video is something that I've been thinking about for a while. Today we're going to be talking about two different fragrances that a while back were kind of taking over the TikTok community. Well, I should say the fragrance TikTok community. These two fragrances did have a lot of hype around them, and they seemingly came out of nowhere. But while their hype was large, it doesn't seem like it was for a long time. Now, granted, I didn't know either of these fragrances were TikTok fragrances. I had found out about these through a friend of mine. Honestly, I'm very impressed. Like I said before, I'm going to be talking about two fragrances that I did happen to pick up without even knowing that they were TikTok fragrances to begin with. If you all have seen this video, then chances are you have some sort of idea with what fragrances that I'm talking about. I'm not going to waste any more of you guys' time. We're going to jump right into these fragrance reviews. We got Al Haramain's Amber Oud Gold Edition. Both of these fragrances were blind buys, as were most of the colognes in my collection. That video also will be coming soon. I just need to grab a few more fragrances before I could make that video possible. And I'm still thinking about how I'm going to format all that. But either way, starting off with the Gold Edition. Now, this one wasn't so much of a blind buy as the other one, mainly because I did smell this one time, but it was so long before I bought it that it could kind of count as a blind buy, because I'm not sure how many of you all really remember certain fragrances that you smell and then months later go to buy them. Maybe I was just going off of the fact that I do remember enjoying how the fragrance smelled, and I was right. This was, in my opinion, a safe blind buy, but I keep stating this in all my videos. Don't be like me and take a risk of blind buying fragrances. If you're gonna do that, make sure you do a lot of research on the fragrance. Kind of research your own fragrances that you have in your collection. Kind of look through all the notes and then kind of compare and contrast which notes are in certain fragrances that you're looking at, and you can probably make a safe assumption and determine whether or not that fragrance would be a safe thing to blind buy. Just looking at the bottle, there's not much to really be said about it. And you look kind of at the back, you can just see the juice that's in the fragrance. And I've made just the slightest dent in this fragrance because when I bought it, I was wearing it a lot. The problem was I've been buying more fragrances on top of that. So when you have a large collection, it's not going to be easy to run through fragrances that you've had for a while. And this is just an example of that. The cap, click on cap, very sturdy though, it's very secure. We're going to really test the atomizer of this. Let's see what it's talking about. Ooh.
Oh my God! Wow!
Y'all may think I'm lying, considering that I've had this fragrance for a while, but I genuinely forgot that the atomizer on this fragrance is pressurized. That's a very smooth atomizer. Yep. Yeah, this one of them ones. Starting off, you get a very sweet and fruity opening. I want to emphasize that this fragrance is a unisex fragrance, so it works for men and women. Now, A lot of guys will smell this fragrance and think, oh, this is straight perfume. This belongs in the feminine category. A lot of men can't wear this. Yada, yada, yada. My personal belief, both men and women can wear this. I do see what people are saying though, that it does lean to the feminine side because of how sweet it is. It's very fruity, and you can just imagine this on a woman, more so a man, but it does work on a man's skin. I do think you will just have to limit the amount of sprays you put on if you're a man. If you're a woman, however, spraying this on like how y'all like to spray y'all Bath and Body Works perfume body spray. If y'all do that, honestly, it's gonna give the same effect. It'll probably be a little stronger considering that this is actually a cologne or perfume and not just a body spray, but it'll give off that same kind of smell effect. Any guy who likes sweeter scents, I would say this one you should look into, but it also depends on how sweet, like the level of sweetness you like your fragrances. This fragrance can be used as a signature scent. You could wear this every day for any occasion, regardless of season, and it wouldn't matter. It's not too rich, so it's not gonna be offensive to wear in the summer. Actually, I think wearing this in the warmer months would be better. But you can get away with wearing this all year round. Now let's take a look at some notes, shall we? So this fragrance opens up with a beautiful citrusy bergamot and some green notes. I don't necessarily get all green notes when I smell this fragrance because I think the sweetness is just overbearing. But if you smell hard enough, you could probably get that. Middle notes, as it breaks down, you get into quite literally sweet notes. Melon, pineapple, and amber. And then as it dries down even further into the base notes, you got your musk, vanilla, and your woody notes. When I smell this fragrance, straight through from top to bottom, I get nothing but sweetness. Nothing but sweetness. I don't really get any woody notes from this. I can see what they're saying about it because it does kind of give that, it does have a little bit of an earthy undertone, but that's it, like the very end of it. As you get closer to the dry down, you will be able to pick up the vanilla and the musk. It takes a while to get there, and by the time it actually does get there, you as the wearer probably won't even notice it, but the people around you probably will be able to tell that, oh, you smell like vanilla. They'll probably be able to notice that. This was the fragrance that I was looking for at the time, but me being the genius that I am, I decided to buy not just this fragrance that was in the screenshot that my friend sent to me. I decided to pick up what I will refer to as the brother fragrance to this one. Same cologne, but blue edition. Side-by-side comparison, the same bottle, same design. Only difference is the lettering in the back of the bottle is blue. I'm not even gonna try and dress this up as a fancy explanation. That's literally all it is. Same bottle, different color. Now, I say that I was a genius buying both of these fragrances because when I got this fragrance, I'm gonna let you all know I did not enjoy it. This was, at the time, a regret of mine. I did regret buying this fragrance because I was more on the lines of knowing that I liked sweeter fragrances, and I knew what kind of fresh scents that I enjoyed as well. This didn't align with any of them. And at the time, I was so upset because I had just wasted money. And I'm pretty sure this is the more expensive of the two. But I decided to wear the fragrance to small things that if I was going out, like if I went to the gym, or if I just was going to do like a few errands, I would put this on just to see what the performance was like and to get some usage of it, because I'd already spent my money. Being that I was down however much money after buying this fragrance, I was gonna make it work. And make it work I did, because after a while, this fragrance did begin to grow on me. When you get compliments by wearing a fragrance, regardless if you like it or not, that compliment will make you think more highly of the fragrance that you got complimented on. That happened a little bit with this one. You can say it's a placebo effect, you can say it doesn't really mean anything. It does. Just how if you see the bottle of a certain fragrance, if you like the design of the bottle, chances are they're gonna like the smell more, as opposed to whether or not you just smell the fragrance that is in the bottle without knowing what it looks like or who it's from, and then being presented with it later. Prime example.
I feel like the problem is I can't picture them like on people with like clothes on. Like I picture it like with, like you use it to clean stuff. I can't picture it on like people.
Yeah, this is like we're doing this shit on the
What do
table.
y'all rate it though? Oh, I rate that like a 6. 5.5.
It was Versace Eros Photo
Damn, really? I wouldn't buy it.
I wouldn't
You
buy
said
it.
you wanted to buy this.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
'Cause I love the bottle. They be scamming you the fucking aesthetics, bro.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I've realized this, and I mentioned this in my last video. People who are like me and are into fragrance and shit, we're suckers for the packaging. It's like collecting shit. It's like collecting cards,
Versace.
shoes.
Yeah.
Just
I
this is
see
something
that
we
shit
collect.
though. That shit look hard.
It does look
And I
hard.
feel like the second you see it, it makes it smell better. Am I tweaking?
It makes it.
The
But
second
I
you
still
see
would
what it's
change
in, it
my
makes it
reaction.
smell
I would
better.
change my reaction. I still have the soap too, but
I like that we're doing a blind reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
got.
like, oh, that's a 9, boy. I want it back.
No.
No, you need to smell it first before you know what it is. It does differ between person to person, whoever wears it, so it will smell different on a person. But yeah, 6.5.
At least cologne's
No,
lesser.
6 and a 5.5.
At least cologne's
Well,
At least cologne's
nah,
lesser.
if we're doing blind reaction, I said 5.5.
Yeah, you said 5.5. You said 6.
Once I saw it, I would say it went up.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's the
so-
bias. That's the bias. I feel like but
That just
cologne
proves some
cologne's
shit.
less.
Go ahead and see what this one is working with. Like I said, same design, so we got the same click-on cap, same thing at the top of the bottle, at the top of the cap. See if the atomizer is any different. Yeah, the atomizer is much different on this one. This fragrance is it's fresh, but it has a spiciness to it. Like fresh, spicy, and green. If that makes any sense. It's very unique. Like, you can't just define what this fragrance smells like by just smelling it one time. You have to come back and smell this a few times over. And even then, you still won't be able to fully get the words out to describe what this fragrance is like. The best way I could describe it is how I said it earlier. Fresh, spicy, green. A little woody, a little earthy. Now this fragrance, like I said, is a complete contrast to the last one. Blue Edition opens with grapefruit, lemon, mint, and pink pepper. As the fragrance dries down, you get into the middle notes that consist of ginger, vetiver, and jasmine. So that gives it like that greenish, earthy vibe to it. And it only gets more like that when you get all the way down to the base notes, because you have olivanium, sandalwood, patchouli, cedar. The main difference between Blue Edition and Gold Edition is that I don't see Blue Edition as a year-round fragrance. I just don't. You can wear whatever fragrance you want at whatever time you want. You spent your money on it, you like it, wear it. But a personal rule of mine is I will try my hardest not to ever wear a fragrance that I attach with a certain season or a certain temperature in the weather if it doesn't match. And for me, Blue Edition, it falls in the spring, summer, those categories for certain. Little bit of the fall, I'm not recommending this for winter at all. It's not rich enough, it's not sweet enough, it just doesn't work for the wintertime. Gold Edition, nothing but sweet. Blue Edition, freshness and woodiness. Blue Edition is catered to fit more of a man's type of vibe. And if you're comparing them side by side, men, women. But if you're just talking on a general scale, man, unisex. Leaning into the feminine side of things, but still staying in this unisex range. Looking back at it, I would say that these were both two good purchases. This one I loved from the get. This one I had to learn to love. And I did. But there will always be that part of me that thinks this could have been so bad for me. But personally, I think both of these fragrances are great. I do still lean towards more the Gold Edition because I see it fitting more for everyday usage at all times. This one is more of just a warmer weather daytime scent. Overall though, I would give this fragrance, I'm giving this one an 8.25. Good old Blue Edition. I do like the complexity of this fragrance a lot now. At first, I hated it. But as you grow and your nose gets more adept to how different things smell and it gets used to how things smell together, you learn to like fragrances like this. But I think, like I said, it was just too complex for me to understand at the time. But now that I'm a little older, I've worn it a few more times, plus the added compliments that came with it, the fragrance grew on me. It grew on me a lot. I would give this one an 8.23. Very specific, I know, but these two, in my opinion, are relative to each other in terms of how much I like them. However, I just like, there's something about this one. I think the sweetness of this one makes me like it more. And when we get into my full collection, you will understand why I favor more. Well, you'll understand more of my obsession with the sweet fragrances. And that will further just justify my answer as to why I favor this one to this one. But I do think they are relative to each other. Both of these will last you a good, I want to say around 7-8 hours. And these, they stick. Like, they will stick to your body and your clothing. So you don't have to worry about having to keep respraying them. You won't have to worry about any of that. And they do project. So you'll kind of fill up a room if you overspray this. Not kind of, you will. You will definitely fill up a room. So be mindful when you're spraying these fragrances. I know there are some people who are also part of the fragrance community who use the term sissy sprayers. And I get what they're saying when it comes to that. However, since I'm more in like enclosed spaces with people and I don't want to choke them out with the fragrance that I'm wearing, I tend to dial it down a little bit. I don't spray 10 to 20 sprays of a fragrance like some of these other fragrance influencers claim they do. These fragrances, like I said, they'll project, they'll last long, they'll get you compliments. very good scents to wear. Honestly, I recommend getting both of them, but always do your research first on these fragrances before you go out and buy them. All right, y'all, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you found it very insightful. I hope you learned a thing or two about these fragrances. And if you've been thinking about picking up these fragrances for a while and there was something in you that just didn't allow you to go ahead and take that leap to buy it, I hope my video had swayed you one way or another to either spend your money or save your money, however you want to view it. Make sure you like the video, comment down below what you thought of it, what you want to see next. Hit that subscribe button. It lets me know that you enjoy these type of videos, and I'll keep getting them out to you as best as I can. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when I upload a video. Also, follow my social medias. I know they're on top of the screen somewhere. And make sure you go follow those. Instagram and TikTok especially. I post different types of fragrance content on those two platforms as well. So if you want to see some shorter, condensed versions of these videos, then go ahead to either one of those platforms and just check them out. There are definitely going to be more up there soon, but right now you have a few to go and enjoy. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.